Are you preparing for Unity developer interview? Whether you are just starting out or have years of experience, welcome to Unity interview question answer series, where we are covering over 100 plus real interview questions across multiple parts. This series covers interview questions ranging from beginner to advanced level. Most of these questions come directly from my professional experience combined with solid research just to make sure you are fully prepared for interview. And hey, if I miss any question that you have faced in interview or think should be included in this video, let me know in the comments. I would love to add into future videos. This is part 1. Let's get into it. What is Unity primarily used for? Unity is primarily used for developing interactive 2D and 3D applications with strong focus on game development. It's a powerful cross-platform game engine that allows developers to create games for console, PC, mobile, and even the web. But Unity is just not for games. It's widely used for simulation, virtual reality, augmented reality, architectural visualization, and other real-time interactive experiences. That's why Unity is one of the most popular tools in the industry today. Let's move to the next question. Why did you choose Unity over other engines? You can choose to answer this question by your own, or you can answer this question like this. I choose Unity because of its versatility, ease of use, and the huge community support behind it. It strikes a great balance between power and accessibility, which makes it ideal for everything from quick prototype to large-scale production. I personally love working with C#. It's clean, intuitive, and work really well with Unity's component-based architecture, which support modular and reusable development. Another major reason is Unity's cross-platform capabilities. I can deploy to PC, mobile, web, console, and more, all from a single code base. And let's not forget the Access Store and Unity's extensive documentation, which really speed up the workflow and makes solving problem a lot of easier. All these reasons combined make Unity the most practical and productive engine for my development needs. Let's move to the next question. What platforms are supported by Unity? Unity supports a wide range of platforms, making it one of the most versatile engines in the industry. On the desktop, it supports Windows OS, Mac OS, and Linux. For mobile, you can build for both Android and iOS. On the web, Unity supports WebGL that enable browser-based games and applications. For console, Unity can be used to develop for PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch with appropriate platform license. In the AR/VR space, Unity supports devices like Meta, HoloLens, Magic Leap, HTC Vive, and other XR handsets. It also supports platforms like Apple TV, Android TV, Tizen, and more. This kind of cross-platform flexibility is one of the Unity's biggest strengths, allowing developers to build once and deploy everywhere efficiently. Let's take on next question. What is the primary scripting language used in Unity? The primary scripting language used in Unity is C#. In the past, Unity also supported Unity Script, which was similar to JavaScript and another language called Vue. But today, C# is the only officially supported language. It offers strong typing, object-oriented features, and integrates seamlessly with Unity's API. That makes it powerful, efficient, and ideal for both game development and interactive applications. Let's move on to next question. What are the main differences between 2D and 3D development in Unity? The main difference between 2D and 3D development in Unity lies in the tools, asset, and the coordinate system used. In 2D, Unity uses 2D physics engine like Creature Body 2D, Box Collider 2D, and works on the X and Y axis. In 3D, Unity uses the 3D physics engine such as a Rigid Body, Box Collider, or Mesh Collider, and operates on the X, Y, and Z axis. 2D uses an orthographic camera which has no depth perception. 3D uses a perspective camera which mimics how we see in real life. 2D development uses sprite and tile maps, while 3D use mass, texture, and materials. Lighting is more complex in 3D with shadow, reflection, and light angle. In 2D, lighting is optional, often more stylized or simplified. So, depending on your project, Unity gives you the right tool for both dimensions, 2D and 3D. Let's move on to the next question. What is 2.5D in Unity? 2.5D in Unity refers to a hybrid style of game development, where the gameplay happens in 2 dimensions, but the visual use 3-dimensional graphics. For example, character and environments might be fully 3-dimensional models, but the player can move along a 2-dimensional plane, usually the X and Y axis. These styles blend the visual depth of 3D but with the simplicity of 2D mechanics, and it's commonly used in platformers, side-scrollers, and strategy games. In Unity, you can implement 2.5D by using a perspective camera for depth, 3D model placed on a fixed 2D path or a plane, and 2D mechanics applied in a 3D scenes. It's flexible and a creative approach that gives you the best both 2D and 3D worlds. Let's move on to the next question. List some popular games made by Unity. Unity has powered some incredibly successful and well-known games. Here are few. Hollow Knight, a beautifully crafted indie Metroidvania game. Among Us, a social deduction game that went viral. Overcooked, a chaotic and fun couch co-op cooking game. Pokémon Go, a global AR wonder. This game shows how versatile and powerful Unity can be, whether you are building indies or massive AR experience. Let's go to the next question. What are Unity packages? Unity packages are a collection of assets, scripts, shader, and tools that you can import into your project to add specific functionality or features. They are managed using the Unity Package Manager, which lets you easily add, update, or remove package as needed. Using packages keeps your project modular, organized, and reusable, especially across multiple projects. Some popular Unity packages include Cinemachine, TextMesh Pro, and Input System. Overall, Unity packages are key part of clean and scalable development workflow. Move forward to the next question. What is a GameObject in Unity and how does it relate to a component? In Unity, a GameObject is a core building block of any scene. It can represent anything, a character, a light, a camera, or even an empty container. But here is the key. Empty GameObject by itself does nothing. Its behavior and appearance come from the component attached to it. Components are script or built-in system that defines how a GameObject behaves or looks. For example, the transform component in the GameObject defines position, rotation, and scale, and every GameObject has this. A rigid body component adds a physics behavior to the GameObject. A script component adds your custom logic to a GameObject. This is called Unity's component-based architecture, where you add functionality in modular way by attaching components to a GameObject. Let's go to the next question. Name the main components of Unity 3D. Unity 3D has a set of core components that makes up the most GameObject and scene. These components can be grouped into the default system and custom functionality. Here are some main ones. Transform defines GameObject's position, rotation, and scale, and every GameObject has this by default. Mesh filter holds the 3D geometry of the model. Mesh renderer renders geometry using materials. Collider handle collision detection like box collider or sphere collider. Rigid body adds a physics behavior such as gravity and forces. Camera capture the view of the scene. Light illuminates the scene, can be point, directional, or spotlight. Audio source plays sound effect and music. Script your custom game logic written in C#. Animator or animation controls movement and animation for game objects. These components are foundation of how Unity builds and interacts with the game object in 3D space. That wraps up part 1, but this is just a beginning. I will be covering over 100 plus Unity questions in this series. If this video helps you, hit like button, subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss the next part. And don't forget, drop your own into the question in the comments. I will try to feature them in the next part. If you enjoyed this video and want to support the channel, feel free to buy me a coffee at the link in the description. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next part.